Mortgage rates continue to soar. Could they hit 5%? That's the 30-year loan rate. Could it hit 5% this year? I'll explain that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Wow, I feel like I just did a video about how interest rates are going up and what you need to be doing. And guys, it's just a straight line up. Interest rates, mortgage rates are up again. Okay, check out this chart here. The last week, the 30-year mortgage rate hit what? 4.42%, guys. That's incredible. Draw a straight line back. Draw a straight line back. This goes back to pre-pandemic, right? It was at these levels at the very beginning of 2019. It's at the same level back in 2011 as well, guys. It is surprising how quickly mortgage rates have skyrocketed. Increase of almost 1% this year, almost double what it was at the bottom where interest rates bottomed. And guys, just for context, just going back to, well, mortgage rates were this high, January 2019, how did that feel at that point? The federal funds rate, the effective Fed funds rate at that time, January 2019, 2.4%. Right now, it's 0.08%. It's nothing. So you're getting nothing in interest, earning interest on your cash or your bond, something like that. And now you're having to pay more in interest for a house. Bad news. This is bad news. Why is this bad news? I mean, guys, yeah, it could create some challenges in the housing market coming up later this year. There's so little inventory and there's so much demand. People have been waiting to move and now there's this frenzy. It's hard to see interest rates going up this quickly, putting a stop on this hot housing market, but it's going to impact things at some point soon. And with higher prices at the pump, that very well may be now. Take a look at what these rising interest rates have done to actual prices, mortgage payments that you and I have to deal with on a monthly basis. So, I mean, guys, look at this. The payment on the median price of a house is now $400,000, by the way, $400,000. That's crazy. Has jumped from $1,500 a month at a 3.85% interest rate to $1,606 at a 4.42% interest rate. That's a $100 increase. Okay, it's easy to do. Okay, but here's what's more important. The first week in January, that would have been $219 less. That same house. The exact same house. Not only does it cost more now, today, in April, end of March and April, than it did in January, you now have to pay $200 and $219 more for that same house. And you're not going to get $219 a month more benefit out of that house. It's just going to cost you that much more as well. And as I said previously when I was talking about this, those property taxes are higher. And yes, that house costs more as well. Bad news. This is challenging. And then before I get to some solution or what you do about this, more bad news. Could mortgage rates get to 5%? Could the 30-year mortgage rate get to 5%? Experts originally expected it would get to 4% by the end of 2022, okay? But let's not forget the Fed promised they wouldn't even raise interest rates until after 2023. Oh my goodness, should we trust them now? Do we trust them now after such failed guidance, right? Guys, it's very possible we see 5% interest rates by this summer, okay? What's going on? Why are rates getting pushed this high? I mean, the Federal Reserve has come out and said we're going to need to raise interest rates. What'd they say, 7 or 8 times? I can't keep up with it. They keep changing their tune, and every time they communicate, typically reality doesn't turn out that way anyway. So they're saying raise interest rates multiple times this year. That is going to continue to give guidance on the overall interest rate market, pushing mortgage rates, pushing interest rates higher out there in the free market. And when you've got the Russia-Ukraine situation and the demand for houses in there as well, it's very possible we see 5% by this summer. Hopefully things cool off, but if they cool off in the interest rate market, that likely means bad news for the economy, or there's more warning signs of a recession coming up. So that would be bad news. We're between a rock and a hard place here. So what should you do? Guys, if you are still in a mortgage that is 5% or higher, maybe you're able to refinance right now. I'm not going to show that stat right now, but refinances have absolutely plummeted. Even mortgage applications have plummeted as well. So be aware if you still have a high interest rate. I'm sure you don't, but that window to refinance is closing if it hasn't already closed. That's one. Number two, if you've been skating by with an adjustable rate mortgage, thinking, well, I'll just make interest only payments and I'll keep my cash somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. You may have missed the boat. You may have missed the boat. I would consider locking in right now if you haven't already, and now is not a good time to have a variable interest rate mortgage. And then third, for those of you that are interested in moving or going to buy a house, I wonder if you not pick up the pace. I don't want you out there being one of these panic buyers as well, but just be aware when you're calculating the price of your new house. Be aware that interest rates may be higher, and I'd factor that in your budget as you determine how much house you can actually afford, how high of a price tag you can actually afford. Work with your certified financial planner on all of this. The higher your mortgage payment is, that means money's going there as opposed to money going other places, and you don't want to sacrifice some of your other more important financial goals just to make a move or get into a different type of house. Work with your certified financial planner who can help you manage all of those multiple goals in your financial life to make sure you make a wise choice. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with a K. WiseMoneyShow.com. You can find us there as well, or give us a call, 574-247-5898. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.